What is going on, family? I am at the Norfolk Outlet Adidas store, and they also have the AE2s on sale for $40 in multiple colorways, and this is in adult sizing. They only have them in kid sizes, and here they're selling for $30. What is going on, family? It's your Carolina cousin Big M back at you with another review. I was supposed to have this one out to you guys about a week ago, but I did a little bit of traveling, did a little bit more research, and I feel like I came up with a good reason why the Anthony Edward 2s, the AE2s, are the best back to school shoe for either your kids, going back to college, all of that. If you checked out my last video, you will know that I was able to pick up the AE2s, the With Love colorway. I was able to pick up the Georgia Bulldogs, and I was also able to pick up the All Stars. Now, I do want to let you know that out of these three pairs, I've only worn one of these pairs, and like I said in that video, that I was going to take them to the gym, and as you can see from the bottom, these are worn. So they are a little bit too flashy for me to, just wear outside, running errands and everything. So I use this as my gym pair. And as you can see, look at how it's holding up. I've been wearing it for about 3 weeks. You see a little bit of dirt right there. I haven't thrown them in the washing machine or anything like that to see how they bounce back. But my people who wear Jordans, I normally review Jordans on the page. You guys know after your first wear, definitely after your second wear, you're going to get creasing in the toe box. I have been wearing this shoe for 3 weeks now. How is that looking to you guys? Would your Jordans be looking like this in the toe box after 3 weeks of wear? And I'm talking about on the treadmill. An hour each day on the treadmill, and this is how they're holding up. And especially those fibers, I expected that to be fine, but these silver pieces, like, I would have expected that to be all the way bent up, especially the way that I'm bending my feet and everything. So these things are holding up. They are a basketball sneaker. I didn't expect anything less from them, but like I said, when you're coming from Jordan, you are going to have creases in your sneakers after two wears. So after 3 weeks of wearing, for it to still look like this is amazing. But the real reason for this video, like I said, I think that it's probably going to be the best back to school shoe, uh, but with a caveat. I actually like the way that the AE2s look. Here's the Georgia Bulldogs colorway. I actually like how they look. They're not for everyone. Want you to see all size. And of course, all of these are size 13 king size. That is the size that I wear, and it was the hardest size to find these shoes in. So I'm bringing this to you for the shoes, the actual shoes that I was able to pick up. You have that torsion bar. Like I said, after 3 weeks of wearing this is so comfortable. And I'm going to show you guys one thing that I really appreciated and I didn't know about prior to wearing this is the comfort right back here for your Achilles heel. Do you see how there's padding on each side of the heel? That feels amazing on your Achilles heel. And, being up there in age, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm not jumping and running and everything, but just walking around and having that support for your Achilles heel. If you're an older person, this is going to be light on foot, much lighter than my favorite Jordan 12s. That's my favorite shoe of all times, but that feels like a boot. These are extremely comfortable and easy to wear. Um, Without further ado, I did want to let you guys know that um, I picked up these at different outlets. If you watched the last video, you would know that I traveled from Norfolk outlet. I was able to pick up one pair. I went to the one in Smithfield, North Carolina. I don't think that I picked up any pairs there. And then I was able to pick up some at the outlet in Williamsburg. Well, I got on the road and I checked out the Potomac Mills mall, which is set up like an outlet. That's in Northern Virginia, outside of DC, like 40 minutes outside of DC. And I went to their outlet mall. No AE2s in sight. They said that it's very popular in that area, so they didn't have any. While I was in DC, I went over to the Tanger outlet near National Harbor and wasn't able to pick up anything either. Before I left, I did pick up I was able to go to the Norfolk outlet. I called up the Williamsburg outlet, and they told me that they would have the Lime Burst and they had the white and blues, which are called the Alpha Dogs. So I went up to the Norfolk outlet um, before getting up to Hampton and Williamsburg and everything. And Norfolk had the Lime Burst as well.
New
So
shoes.
this is my new pair. This is the Lime Burst AE2. And by the way, guys, I didn't say it before, but all of these shoes that you are seeing, I was able to pick up for $40 a piece. A single pair of Jordans is going to cost you about $200. So you are able to literally pick up 5 pairs of the AE2 for the price that you're going to pay for Jordans. Literally, this past weekend, we just had the uh, True Blue Jordan 3s drop. I didn't pick those up, and they were $230 retail. So I did not pick those up. Instead, I had been picking up AE2s all month. So, like I said, all of these actually come with extra laces. With Jordans, it's hit or miss if your Jordans are going to come with extra laces. And lately, it's really been a miss. Like, I haven't had any of my Jordans come in with extra laces. So I was able to go up to Norfolk on my way up to Williamsburg, and I was able to pick up the Lime Burst. Williamsburg told me that they had the Lime Burst and that they had the Alpha Dogs, which I'm going to have on screen right here. That is the white meshing with the blue up here, I believe. But they didn't have the Alpha Dogs in Norfolk, so I just picked up the Lime Burst. Get to Williamsburg, and they do not have the Alpha Dogs. So, the one that they did have that I wasn't able to see in Norfolk, in National Harbor, and Potomac Mills, and where else did I say? Smithfield. I wasn't able to see any of them in my size is the USA colorway. So also one that has the white meshing, but it would have been blue here, I want to say, or blue here. And like I said, I am going to put up one, but this is the USA colorway. So you have the white, then you have the blue tongue, and then you have the red toe. So that is your USA colorway. You have a little bit of silver hits right here. 13 is always king size, and this one comes with a extra set of laces as well. You get the red laces to really make that red, white, and blue. I think that if they would have had this top part, the blue that they had on the tongue, it really would have given that USA vibe. But hey, I don't mind it at all. You also get the red, white, and blue traction on the bottom. I've already showed you guys that you get the extra set of laces with the lime burst, black and the lime green on the bottom. And then I picked both of those up before I took my trip up to DC. And on the way back from DC, like I said, I wasn't able to find anything up there. So I stopped into Williamsburg on the way back. You guys have to stay inside these outlets. They'll sell out and then they'll get more of a shipment in. So this pair is one that I had my eye on the entire time and wanted the entire time. And this is the black, white, and red pair. That's just the name of it. They don't have anything fancy like Georgia Bulldog or With Love or anything like that. This one is just known as the black, white, and red pair. Of course, size 13, king size, but you get that black netting, the black vents, black toe box, black uh, tongue, and you get a translucent bottom with the white and red on the bottom. You get red hits on the back, so that is your black, white, and red is literally the Adidas symbol here and the AE symbol here. If you don't know, that is the Anthony Edwards symbol. This pair comes with a pair of red laces. So you have your black, white, and red that I just picked up. You have your lime burst and the USA colorway. So this is what I was able to pick up in the last week. Like I said, I had these two last week before I went to DC and got this one on the way back. Should have already had this out, but I wanted to wait to see if there were more pairs. Other pairs that I was able to see and had in my size, but I did not pick them up myself, are the Lucid Pink pair. I'm going to show those on screen now. And also the Atlantas. I believe they call it EQT Green on the StockX website. But what I've seen in research is they're the Atlantas instead of Atlantas because Ant-Man is from Atlanta. So that is this pair. And let me know what you guys think. Is the AE2 something that you have already picked out when they first came out? Were you a fan of the AE1s? I think that the styling on the AE1s was a little bit better, but I didn't pick up a pair because they never went on sale. Well, they went on sale. I wear size 13. So if you're not picking things up early as a person who wears size 13, you're really not going to get your size. Luckily, they had sizes left in the AE2s. I'm not sure if they didn't sell well, but to me, this is a wonderful shoe. Lots of dope colorways. My favorites would be the black, white, and red, the Georgia Bulldogs, and I wanted that blue fusion. That Alpha Dog, yes, but that blue fusion is one that has been escaping me, and I wish I could have got my hands on that. That's the one that was like the Timberwolves colorway. But I think out of the six, I like the Lime Burst, but probably the With Loves are going to be in my top three. So we have the Georgia Bulldogs on the bottom, the black, white, and reds, which is the most versatile pair, and then we have the With Loves. And to me, this is a good sneaker because it's right at that mid top level. You're really not getting too much of a high top that's suffocating your feet. It is a little bit breathable. and it's not a low top where your ankle is completely out. So I actually enjoy this shoe, and for the price, can you really beat it? Like, I ended up getting 6 pairs myself, and that goes to show you, they were so comfortable that I was like, even if I don't wear them out, that is my gym sneakers for literally like the next couple of years. Hopefully, they don't crumble. I'm just gonna put my feet in them, wear them around town when I actually don't have on Nike gear and stuff like that. So, they're probably going to get more burned than my actual Jordans and everything. So, what do you think? Are you gonna try to go to the outlets and pick up some pairs for your kids? Let me know down below. And as always, peace and positivity.